What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Kale,
And just in case you forgot, my name is Miguel Perez.
and today we're back with another beautiful episode of this wonderful podcast that we have just created that has just came out to be a fantastic thing.
Oh, it's been an awesome experience. And we here again at Airplay Studios, man. Frank, been doing the awesome job. Give a shout out right quick.
Hey, hello, everyone.
All right, again, if you're interested in doing some type of recording music song, this is the man to talk to. Also,
Yes,
if you're
sir.
interested in making a podcast, Kelton's more than happy to help you with that. It's something that we want to do on the side. So if you're interested, leave a comment, reach out to us, and we'll take care of that, all right?
And anything video related, I can definitely take care of as well.
Oh
So,
yeah, make put those videos together. You have
Yeah.
so many pictures.
got
wanna
some
put it to a
ads
song.
or anything I
Yeah.
can take care of it. Let's
Oh,
make that happen.
We got some very talented people. I am impressed by these guys. Matter of fact, I've been wanting to do a podcast for a while, Kelton, and I've searched, and I got to know Kelton. We started working together, and I started seeing some of the videos he's made in the past and stuff like that. And I was like, man, you know what? This is the man to talk to get this podcast going. And he just happened to be a real good person to speak with, and we had some real good conversations, man.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed it, Kelton.
We got great chemistry, honestly, and I don't mean that to sound gay, but I mean that's just what it is. We
Yeah, don't
really
go-
have a good flow.
Don't go gale me, man, all right? But you know what? Topic this week. When a man loves a woman, there's a song. She can do no wrong. That's a lie, Kelton. That song's a lie. We're going to be talking about what?
Well, today I thought about a touchy subject to probably a lot of people, but really it comes down to infidelity.
Infidelity, cheating. Man, this is a very delicate subject, but this is his subject. All right, I'm just going to go with it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I really just wanted to talk about it because I seen a few videos that were online that really grabbed my attention, and they were talking about cheating and how women have been using a reason of their cheating and men use their reason of cheating. And I've came to realize like the reasons of cheating are two different things, but why is it even happening? Like, why are y'all so focused on having a side dude or a main chick and a side chick, or like why are we worried about having a secondary option because you don't feel like either your relationship's going to be successful or like what's going on? And I've been seeing it a lot lately, just a lot of it. My friend had a situation happen, I had a situation on Facebook that I seen. It was very comical, but it hurts a lot of people being
Oh, dude, it's one of the...
not really staying true to that person. It hurts so much people in this world, and they become bad people because of it.
It is the most damaging thing that can happen to a person. It's a 10 on the Richter scale.
Mhm.
When a person gets cheated on, you literally destroy that person's life.
Absolutely.
And very few people are able to get past that.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, we got the man and we got the woman. And statistically, I was looking it up right now because we talked about it, that statistically women cheat more than men. They just don't get caught as much.
Yeah.
But no, the recent survey shows that men cheat 20% more than women.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, well, we're back up again. It's like,
Well,
so,
but here's the thing, though. Like that's one of the things that is kind of awestruck for me because I thought it was kind of the opposite.
yeah, I thought it was too.
Mainly because like I guess mainly my own experience really made that judgment call. Not really statistically speaking, I guess, but I mean, I thought it was always because if men cheat, most of the time men cheat due to they're just put in a situation and it's right then and there. It's not. It's like an opportunity. I guess you could
There's
say.
no emotional connection to
Yeah.
it. It's a man start with the wrong head, as people
Yeah.
say. Got excited, hot woman,
Mm-hmm.
got caught up in the moment, and bam,
Yep.
messes up.
Yep. Absolutely. And I mean, like personally, me, I've never truly cheated. I mean, as soon as I got out of a relationship,
You never truly cheated?
Well,
Hold on.
well, 'cause women
you
say-
didn't cheat or you don't cheat.
listen,
Hey,
women
Frank,
say-
you got that one, Frank? You catch that? I
No.
never
On
truly
tape.
cheated.
It's on tape
I've never
forever.
truly
You
cheated.
better
By the
clarify that.
definition of the word, I've never actually cheated.
Okay.
But women think that the women that I've
you have
been
to
with.
break that down. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
man. You
know.
have to work-
I knew you were gonna do it because the women that I've been with have always stated, well, if we separate and then we get back together and you slept with another person, you cheated. Like, first of all, we weren't together. How was that cheating? Because that's what I got hit with every time. And I mean, I didn't do it a lot, but it was to the point where I did it once and it came back, and that was held over my head. Like, and then I find out that she was doing the same stuff, and I'm like, what? Where's the equality here? This is a double standard like no other. But no, I've never seen it that way. And like with women, I've noticed that they cheat more on a emotional level, and theirs is more, in my opinion, a little more evil because they cheat in a manner that is planned. They already have somebody ready to go with the cheating. They have that
Premeditated scrogging.
back. They already have that next step into the next guy. Basically, they already have their backups. They know what they're doing. They're ready for the next step. But
And these are women that are in a relationship. Okay?
yes,
Women that are in a relationship that cheat, it's more because, again, like you said, when a man sleeps around, most times he's thinking with the wrong head. He's going to hit, wham bam, thank you, man.
absolutely.
You done, and that's it. I don't never want to hear from you again. Don't call me.
Yeah.
Don't ever call me. Don't
And we're
write me.
talking about a majority
Yeah,
of
okay,
men.
that's it.
Because there
Men
are
in
some that are a
relationship.
little planned.
But we're talking about people in a relationship. Now, you plan a little bit. It's not, you're not building it. But when a woman does it, it's because she has developed some type of emotional connection.
Mhm.
There's been some time spent there. I'm
Mhm.
thinking about you. You're on my mind at night. When I went here, I was, I heard this
Absolutely.
thought, and it's deeper. That's
Mhm.
why it's hard for a man to handle when his woman has cheated on him
Mhm.
because he knows what went along with that.
Yeah,
You know
because
what I'm saying?
they had to have communications. That's why, like, a lot of times, women will say, "Well, I was just talking to him. That's not cheating." Yes, it is, because your conversation with another man about whatever subject you're doing, if it's not strictly professional, obviously there is something else involved in that. So, obviously there's potential for an opportunity for that guy, for you as a woman.
Oh,
Like,
you opened the door.
yeah.
Big-
So I don't see how that's always seen that way. Like, oh well, it was just an opportunity. No, 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 no. You opened the door. You started the conversation. You began to fall for this person in some sort of way. Like, that's
Yeah.
cheating. You as soon as you started talking to this man without the intent of being strictly professional and having the intention of possibly, you know, playing around, or
And
he's giving you the time of day.
And a person knows when it's going that route.
Mhm.
There's no excuse about it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying one is worse than the other. No, by no means am I saying
cheating
that.
is wrong
Yeah,
regardless
cheating is
of
wrong.
who it
Whether the
is.
man or woman, that's for, just clarify that. That's
Yeah.
it. I'm saying when it happens with the woman, it's more in depth. When it happens with the man, it's more just like physical attractions type thing. There's no connection
Mhm.
there. That's why it's harder for a man to handle. A woman is way more forgiving when her man cheats. I mean,
Mhm.
definitely. A woman's like,
Yeah.
she hates you, you're mad, she put you in a doghouse, you can do this,
Mhm.
whatever like that. But she
eventually,
will stay
yeah.
connected to you. She'll still be with you.
I've seen a lot of situations like that where I'm like, how are y'all still together? Because
Yeah,
me
but-
personally, if
No,
I
no.
get cheated on,
But
out.
with the man, it's a different story. If the man gets cheated on by the woman, it's pretty much a done deal.
Mhm.
That's it, because a man cannot handle that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
It's like the key. It's like what this guy used to say. Uh, having he compared sexual stuff like that, of cheating, infidelity, to a lock. He said, a lock with only one key is going to be the strongest lock available. But a lock that can take multiple keys is a problem because it's useless. That lock is completely useless. And whenever you as a man get in a relationship, you have that trust, that foundation. If someone else can open that lock, and I'm using lock as the kind of a
Okay, yeah.
reference to the relationship, if someone else can open that lock, then that lock is useless. So whenever you're in a relationship and somebody is able to step in, one, that relationship shouldn't even be existing, especially to a man. A man doesn't see, oh well, it happened. I mean, it's okay. It's not a big deal. No, a man's gonna see that as like, basically, this was mine. You gave it to someone else. It's no longer mine. So
Yeah.
I don't
So-
want any piece
and
of
you
it.
can't, because it's like doing anything is like somebody else touched you, somebody else did this, somebody else that.
Yeah.
I cannot handle it. It's just like it's
And it's
famine
different, completely different than like if it happened before you even existed in her life, versus the other way around. It's kind of
Exactly.
problematic.
Exactly. And what is the cause? What's the effect? You know what I'm saying? It's like okay, the Bible talks about the expression, not expression of love, but husbands, love your wives
Mm-hmm.
because that's important.
Absolutely.
And the problem with men is they have trouble expressing that love. There's a book out there called Five Languages of Love. I recommend every man to read that book because it talks about
I'm gonna have to
the
look at that.
expression of love. You know what I'm saying? Because
Who's
everybody
it
has
by? Do you
five
know?
love languages. Oh, I don't know who's it by, but you can find it anywhere. It's a
I'm
real
gonna have
popular
to get
book.
that.
It's a real
and
good
I'll probably
book.
leave a link down below if I remember it. I mean,
No, it's a must read, especially
put a
for
mark
men,
on that.
because it talks about five languages. Some women like their gifters, some women like the attention, some women like gifts, and other ones just like to be touched. I mean, it talks about five languages,
Yeah.
and it helps you express because you're with somebody and you're buying them all kinds of gifts. You're giving them that, but they care less about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that you spend that quality time with them, they're
Mhm.
like, yeah, I don't care if you
Mhm.
give me a big house, a nice car, but you don't spend no time with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's more important to that person than anything else. That's the expression of love. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's but because that's very important to them. Where
Mhm.
I love you. Just say you walk out the door, I love you, I love you. Hey babe, I
Yeah.
love you. I just text you, I love you. That's very important to a woman.
Mhm.
But for men, you care less.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well,
If my woman,
I wouldn't say that. We definitely love
finish.
hearing
Let me
it
finish this
still.
part. So when I left my house and my wife didn't tell me I love you, no big deal to me. Okay, because I know she loves me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I like.
It wasn't
How-
like stressful.
Yeah, it was like okay. I didn't need to hear that from her all the time. You know what I'm saying? But it says the Bible says this: women, men, love your husbands. Wives, respect your man, because that's what's important to
Mhm.
a man. Respect. I'm the man.
And that's
Don't-
why I guess
don't-
whenever cheating happens, that
Yeah,
you
it's
lose.
a disrespect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a disrespect.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it's a
Explain that
disrespect.
way.
A man is more big on respect. Respect. Don't talk back to me. Don't yell at me. Don't freaking
Mhm.
embarrass me in front of my friends. Hey, before you talk to me. You don't go to your dad if he needs you. Come to me. It's respect. A
Mhm.
man gets it's his admiration. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My man can do anything. If I got a problem, I go to my man.
Yeah.
Man, he's building them up.
And that
stuff
feels
like
good too.
Yeah,
like
it
if
is,
you
it
go to
is.
your man about stuff, like about anything, hey, can you help me fix this? Hey, say for instance, like I'm mechanically inclined, so like a lot of my relationships, they love the fact that I would go over there and I would talk to
Sorry, Frank. I didn't even move this back.
Sorry, buddy.
Just tell me, man.
um, a lot of like my relationships, the women that I was with, they love the fact that I could work on their cars. They freaking loved it because anytime something happened, they can literally just call me right away, and I was there with tools and fixed it within probably a 30 minutes to an hour, depending on what happened. There's never been really a situation where I could not fix it unless I did not have parts. So it was like they loved that. That was something that they adored of me. But if I wasn't able to create, another part of their lives, where I guess I spoke their love language a different way, obviously, it start declining a little bit. But for men, I love that you spoke that the expression of how it's more about respect than it is
It's very
anything.
important.
Because
And that's funny because
crazy.
that reminds me of one time where my car broke down and I was trying to figure it out and it was like that. And, I remembered something my dad told me it might be the alternative if something happens and stuff. So I'm like there and I'm looking at it. And in my mind, I'm figuring out, I can do this on my own. That time I was married.
Mhm.
And my wife went out there and I was working on it. She's like, "What are you doing?" I think I got to switch this. She goes, "Oh man, just don't mess with it. Call my brother, he'll do it." And I was like, "Woman, I can do this." I got mad. I got mad. I got offended. I'll reach your brother. I can do this. Like, you know what? Just go over there. Leave me alone. And I was like, "No, I gotta do this like that." But to me,
It
like,
became that challenge.
yeah, it degraded. It made me tell him, but it kind of degraded him because it's like, "Call my brother. What are you trying to say? I can't do this." It just hearing it from her, it bothered me.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Now I gotta do this
Mhm.
because women, just to me, it was like I wasn't the answer. So it really hit me. It really
And that's
bothered me.
why women don't realize, like, whenever it comes to cheating, like that's how we feel. It comes into it. It's like basically a shot to the chest with a
Yeah.
shotgun. Like
It's an ultimate
it's
disrespect.
it's just sometimes it's just unforgivable. And I've been in relationships where I allowed it to happen. Well, I didn't allow it obviously, but it happened, and I allowed us to still stay in that relationship and try to grow from it. And I can tell you right now, that was the worst decision I ever made in my life because it just got worse and worse. The respect that she had for me depleted, the respect I had for her depleted. It was like came to the point of toxicity where I couldn't trust her for anything. I couldn't. I felt like I couldn't trust her to just go to the store, and that was bothersome to the point where I was like,
That's
yeah,
hard.
this can't be. as much as I love this person, that one act, that one thing, even if it wasn't even if something wasn't sexual, the fact that she had that conversation with this person, that was too much for me. Like that, it
Yeah,
was
yeah, I know. I know
it
what
was
you
like a
mean.
complete shutdown of
Because it's
loss of respect.
disrespect, and then if that took place, it happened, and then it gets out, it's gonna get out.
Oh
Your
yeah.
friends hear about it.
Hmm.
God, it's just degrading, and
Hmm.
that's why it's hard for a man to handle it.
Yeah, because it's terrible. And you shouldn't do it to anybody. It doesn't matter, sex, religion, or race. It doesn't matter about any of that.
Yep.
If you're cheating on somebody, that's problematic. I know that some people have like different type of relationships. Like I think it's polymorous. I think that's what it's called, where they're in a relationship, but they can have relationships with other people and whatnot.
Called
Which
freaks, man. They're called freaks.
well, that's their own thing, man.
Yeah, that's called freaks,
I
man.
just
All right.
don't see how that works out. Like I really don't see how they can just let that happen. But like people do stuff like that. But other than that, in a relationship where your commitment and your bond is with one specific person, I just don't see how you can step outside of that
Yeah.
and think
And,
that it's okay.
and then vice versa. Would you do that to a woman? And you're demoralizing that woman
Hmm.
because what you're telling her is, man, I'm not
She's not
enough
enough.
for you.
Yep.
I'm not woman enough for you. Am I too fat? Am I too?
Hmm.
And she starts going through all this emotion. And when we really break down, they start really affecting, even losing their hair and stuff like that, because it's like,
Hmm.
man, you are my man, and I wasn't enough. I
They
couldn't take this.
lose
You had to go,
themselves in
yeah,
general.
and you had to go somewhere else, and it destroys them. And then, what really starts kicking in is like, okay, well, they get into this revenge mode. Hell
Mm.
have no fury
Oh
like a
man,
woman score. Come
Oh
on,
my
Frank. You know what
God.
I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
that's
And
yeah, that's never fun. An
What are
angry
men afraid
woman.
of?
An angry woman is the worst,
What
the
are
yeah,
worst
men
thing you
afraid
got to
of?
deal with, especially when you live with them.
yeah, and they know that doing that will destroy you. The thing is, a woman can come back from that,
Mhm.
but a man can't.
Shoot,
Yeah.
I can go out. Face fists, guns, whatever it takes a man has to do in his life. But to come home to that cold shoulder,
Uh,
scared
Oh,
me to death.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Just stay away from that. You're just sleeping. You're sleeping on the couch on your own accord.
Uh-huh.
At that point,
Yeah,
you're like,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna let you be.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bother you no more. I'm gonna stay over here. I'm gonna tell you I love you every day, but I know damn sure you're not gonna say it
No,
back.
no. It's hard. It's hard to come back from that. Although it's very possible
Mhm.
to come back from it. I've seen it done 1,000
Mhm.
times over, and praise God, good man. Kudos to those people that were able to do it.
Yeah,
Because it's at the end. At the
it's
end
that's a
thereof,
tough
it's the best. It is
situation.
a very tough situation. But
Regardless of who's doing it,
and,
it's
and
an
it's
extremely
more
tough
it's
situation.
more old school people that
Yeah.
you know what, we made a decision to death do his part. In spite of that, we're gonna hang on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
they
that's
go through
that's
that.
where marriage is like people don't take their I
But
guess their
even
marriage
even
vows.
my generation, this program's called Between Two Generations. You're way younger than I am, but even my generation, they let go just as quick as anybody else.
Yeah.
Y'all generation, man, y'all don't even get married. They're like, let's just live together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, like I've done
But
that
whether
quite
you,
often.
yeah, but whether you live together, you're married, but cheating is cheating, and it has
Yeah.
the same effect.
But I'm gonna tell you like this: in our generation, if a man loves you enough, they're gonna marry you quick.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna have any problem stepping outside of that uncomfortability of just hanging out with you and just being with you. Like they're gonna want to step in that placement and say, you know what, I'm your man. This is gonna be forever. Let's make this happen.
Oh,
But if you create like situations like I've been in where there was infidelity, you create even just an idea of infidelity, not even actually doing it, but creating
give
the
me the hint.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
woman.
it makes you double check it because there was, like I said, there was a situation, and I'm not gonna name names. I'm not gonna do any of that, but there was a situation where I could see it coming from a mile away, and I knew it was coming, and and that part hurt even more, and that made me just automatically out the way, just not trust anything that was being said, not trust anything that was being done, and then it was weird because it got turned around on me. But like, how the heck did you do that? Like, how did you go and be cheating and not being trusting and locked into this commitment, and then I get in trouble for it? How the heck does that happen?
Yeah. You said something about okay. So when a couple's together, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, to me, I was like, why?
Yeah.
Because and I could tell you this, like, well, we're not ready yet. a woman wants to get married.
Mhm.
Very few women don't want to get married.
I think dating is for marriage. I mean, we're
Yeah, I
not
mean,
dating just to have fun. We're dating
so
to get
most
married.
men, it don't take long to them to figure out
Mhm.
this is the woman I want. I met my wife 3 months later. We were married. Boom. That's
Yeah.
I know what I wanted. I loved her. I was like, oh, this is the woman I want.
Yeah.
Everything. It
That
was
worked
perfect.
for you.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, if a man has gone past a year and he still hadn't asked you to marry, it's because he don't want to marry. He's
Yeah.
wanting for somebody better to come along in
Yeah.
his eyes.
Yeah, but see, if
And
you're
the women be like, no, that's us. No, no,
and that's what
no.
creates, I think, the idea of cheating too. If you're in a relationship that you're not okay with, the fact that you had to step into another person's life of some sort or some way, like you should have made a decision to step away from that person instead of
Yeah.
cheating. Like if you truly believe that this person wasn't for you, or you had doubts, with this person and you're just staying there just to see if maybe it works out or not, like that's problematic. Of course, you're going to create an opportunity
I,
of infidelity or even
I,
a loss of trust of any sort.
I know a couple. They've dated for years, years, years. I met him. Great guy. Had a girlfriend. She was an awesome woman. She was
Hmm.
great. I was like, I marry her. But they wouldn't get married. She wanted to get married. She very expressive. She's like, well, we just wait, 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 wait. And then they broke up. Met another woman. And, I guess in the eyes of a man can say this. She was way harder than the girl that he had been with
Right.
a year. And he married her in 3 months. Like that. Boom. And she was like, I don't get it. Like I said, because you should have realized he didn't want to marry you. You know?
Yeah.
And because she asked me, why did that happen? I was like, do you want the truth or you want to make it feel good? Well, I want the truth. Okay, then he didn't want to marry you. He never wanted to marry you. You know what I'm saying? You were
Yeah.
good to be there, but you want to marry you. Because the woman he met, he wanted to marry, he did it in 3 months. It's your fault. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Stop being a stupid woman. Stop to it. If they don't want,
Yeah.
if they're not marrying you within the year, then they don't want to marry you. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And
I
they
will
and they
say-
can come up with all kinds of reasons to
I will
justify to make
say
them try
a
to feel
year
better.
definitely
No.
a year definitely is a long time to learn that person and make that decision.
It's enough.
It definitely is. And now, don't get me wrong, I can see how some relationships do move slower than others, but some relationships work faster than others. So I do kind of get that understanding because, like how you said, that you'll figure out who they really are in 6 months.
6 months you figure out what's
So-
there, and then you have to decide. Okay, am I going to accept the good
Mhm.
and the bad? Boom. Is there more good
Can
than
I make
bad?
this work?
Yeah.
Can I make adjustments? Can we work as a team and adjust and balance out what we need to and really step into that game, or is this like a cut the loss type of thing?
And then after a year, you're already into soul ties. You're already into meeting
Mm.
family and going to events together and weddings together. And
Mhm.
people already know you. What the hell, man? It's time to lock it down. If they haven't, then they don't want to.
Yeah,
See?
that's
So-
that's actually true.
Yeah, and this is mostly men. Some women are like that, but it's mostly men. But I mean,
Mm.
I've watched videos where there's couples prank each other, right?
Mhm.
And the guy's with his girlfriend, and he's talking to some guys. Oh, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here with my wife. I'll talk to you. I'll ask her. And the girl gets all excited. Did you call me your wife? And every video, all the girls were like just excited. So it goes to show you how much
Mhm.
that is a big deal to them.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Women have always grown up. I mean, they see happiness in relationship, and they see that. I've realized even with my daughter, they grow up and they see that relationship. They want that. They want that happiness. They see the Hallmark movies and stuff of that nature where they're just like it's all lovey dovey and oh my gosh, this is the happily ever after. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is such thing as a happy ever after, but not like movies sometimes.
Yeah,
but
no, movies is all done. That's why I don't like the Medea movies. Medea's is all Hollywood. They have a marriage that breaks up. Everything's bad. A month later, they meet the perfect man. They meet the perfect
I don't
woman,
know, man.
and they
I've-
get together. And
I love that.
That's Hollywood.
I love
There's
that, though.
consequence when you've been with some person a long time, years. You got soul ties, and
Mhm.
you cannot just get over
just
that
step
person.
off,
No,
yeah.
it doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? And you get into another relationship. That's what baggage comes.
Mhm.
And next thing you know, you're like comparing it because you really haven't let go of that first one.
Yeah.
That's why it's dangerous. If you
It's
haven't
like-
1 year, if you haven't not locked it down, get away from it because you're going to
Mhm.
develop soul ties and you're not going to be able to move 40s.
I think my favorite one of that was that Medea's Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Yeah, that one.
That one, I think that's more of what you're speaking
Yeah, I
on.
was like, I
'cause-
was all mad. I told my dad, that's not the way it works.
Although I will say, sometimes in the worst situation, coming out of a horrible situation, you could find that because you're so focused on what's going on, and like in that movie, that the woman was so focused on just working and just trying to get
She was
ahead,
broken.
trying to really move around, and that guy had to step in. The guy had to step in and take her out of that situation, and she fell. She
Okay,
fell for him because he did exactly what that woman needed,
yeah, okay.
and that woman really loved, and that speak of love language,
Yeah,
that stepped
exactly.
into
But
it.
here it is. Here's the key part of that movie, which a lot of people did miss, is they started getting it was started great like that, and
Mhm.
then her husband got killed, and she went back to take care of him, and then she let him
Shot.
have it.
He didn't die.
He didn't die. He got shot, but she took back to care of it, and then she let him have it. She was
Oh
abusing shit like that because she had
shoot.
all that stuff built up in her. But yeah, she was already falling in love with another guy. That's what I'm talking
And
about.
she hurt that guy from stepping away. Just
Yes.
she's like,
Because
I
she
gotta take care of my husband, and like they've
Yeah.
already been divorced at this point, I
Yeah.
believe, and everything. And like I was like, dang, like you really just
the point being there, she still had a lot of
Mm.
stuff there that she hadn't handled. That's
That's
why
a
it
good
wasn't
point.
good for her to move on, hurt the guy. You know,
Mhm.
the Hollywood again. Oh, he like, okay, yeah, come back to me.
Yeah.
A real man was like, screw you, you went back to your husband.
Yeah, no.
You know?
Well, you might get lucky with one that's gonna be like, I understand, because if she explained what really happened, I don't. Obviously, there's only the story we see.
Yeah.
If she sat down with him and expressed to him what was really going on and why she did it and all the stuff that she did to him, I mean, I think that he would be more understanding of why she did it, but that would scare the living crap. Like, that's a scorn a woman gone
Yeah, I'll be
bad.
like, I had no fear like a woman scored. You know, we're talking about cheating. You know what I'm saying? And I believe cheating is not the problem; it's the result of the problem. We talked about
Yeah.
that, and the problem is we have trouble not understanding our relationship roles. Number one, again, a woman wants love, so men have to learn how to express that love. It has about I love her, I love. She knows I love her. No, dude, you need to learn how to express that love to a woman.
Yeah.
Find out her love language. That's how I recommend that book. You can freaking read. You got to go conferences. You got to learn this stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Where in a woman, it's not about you loving your man. It's about showing him respect. If you're not showing him respect, you know what I'm saying? I seen a guy at work one time,
Mhm.
and everybody had lunch, and he had nothing. They're like, "Oh, your woman didn't make you nothing. She don't cook for you," and everybody was mocking and making fun. It's like, no, this and that, like that. That was very to him.
Yeah.
My thing is his woman made him look like a fool
Yeah.
because she should have made sure, hey, that's my
Yeah.
man. You got make sure you got food and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Those are the kind of things I'm talking about.
And
That's
those
a big
things right there,
disrespect.
that thing right there, making a man his lunch.
Mhm.
How simple it may seem to the woman, and how, I know that probably agitates the crap out of a woman sometimes.
Yeah.
Gotta make this man his lunch. They get upset over that, but they don't realize how much
How much-
simple things like that. Like, men are simple creatures. We don't need a lot. We don't need all this extravagancy. What we need is a woman that's gonna be a woman to us. That's
Right.
all we want. That's
Oh,
all we
man.
ever need. And whenever they do those simple things, like dude, I don't care if you make me a sandwich and put, a special little sauce on it, and
Right.
make me something that I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
go to
yeah.
lunch with. I'm gonna appreciate that. I'm gonna open that bag.
Mhm.
I'm gonna see that, and I'm gonna know that right there. She
Yeah,
spoke her love to
that's
me just
love,
that way.
yeah.
Right. A real
What-
man can taste
know,
the love in that sandwich.
Exactly.
I got the hold on, huevo ranchero. What do you got? I got bologna sandwich. Oh, okay, well, it's like
I mean-
I got but the fact is, the better it is, the more
Absolutely.
respect. You know what I'm saying? So that's real. If a woman learn, it's about respecting your man and things you do, to feel like a man and look like a man is better.
And even if it's leftovers, man, it's still
it's
like
the
we're
thing.
still gonna love it. Because the thing is, we knew that you thought about us enough to take that out, take a little bit out to the side, put it in this container, and you made another little special meal for us
It's
after
the time that you took to take care of your man to make sure he was good because he was out there working. That's
Even if
that.
it took 5 minutes, we still freaking
exactly.
appreciate
So
that.
learn that men need respect. So what does a man need respect? Same as women. Learn, read, ask questions. Mirror mom and dad and stuff like that. And if that is not happening, then cheating takes place.
Yeah. See, like there was a woman that I was with that, I had to step away because I was creating a problem. I was taking her away from everything she believed in, her basic needs, and she was an amazing woman. I'll give her that. But the thing that she brought to my table that really made me realize this is she sat there and she was talking to me, and she told me, she's like, I know your love language. She told me, and I was like, that's
Read the
weird.
book.
I was like, how did you figure this out? Because like we had only been together for like 3 months, but like she had that right away, and I was like, how did you figure this out? And she's like, yeah, and she like told me hers, and I was like, yeah,
No
that's
idea.
weird. That's weird that you sat there and you were so openly and willingly to willing enough to really just express that
That's
and
good.
tell me, just basically you're teaching me the
Exactly.
way that you like to be loved. And I can tell you right
Instead of
now,
like,
I was able to
get
fulfill
the
that.
hints, figure it out.
Yeah, I was able to fulfill that so much easier with that, just that simple conversation, that simple addressing. Because like I took that, she's like gave me this little test on my phone, and I took it. I was like, dang, you're like basically on point, and I was like, you do it, and she was almost right on point with hers, and I was like, okay. As soon as I started treating her that way, it was way better. But the only thing is I think I took her away from what was good for her.
Yeah, I got
So
you,
I
got you.
obviously I
I
had
got
to
judge you like that.
I had to step away
Yeah,
from
my love
that.
language is touch. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm a hugger, touch, just the way
You
I
better
am.
not touch me.
No, I ain't gonna touch you, man. I don't love you. I like you, cool, but I don't love you. But that's my love language. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
when I get home and she's there, she hold my hand. You know,
Mhm.
it's just that's the way I am.
I
and
like
stuff.
whenever they like you got your arm right here and they come underneath and
Yeah,
hold
yeah,
you like
yeah.
that. That's the best thing to me
Yeah, no,
whenever it
it
comes to touch. It just to let you know I'm here.
exactly.
All
you
right,
know
I'm
what
starting to
saying?
breathe hard over
So
here.
so okay, learn your to avoid that cheating. Learn the love language of your significant other, and that will cut that down.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because that is so damaging to men and female.
Mhm.
It's damaging. It'll destroy your life, and it's hard to recover. You know
And
what I'm saying? So,
if you feel the need to, or you feel that you're walking away from that person, either you need to address it and you need to have a conversation and sit down with that man and say, hey, I feel this type of way. This is unhealthy. I'm not sure how this is gonna work out with us going this path, and try to correct it versus sitting there and just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go talk to this other person.
dude, communication is like big because I used to run these
Mhm.
big old outreaches in my old church back in my hometown, Plainview. And man, I would get these big events going in the city, and I would get this group, and we're gonna have this like that, and I would tell people, oh, we're gonna do this like that. And I remember my wife showed at the church like, oh, next week we're gonna start doing this and this like that. We're gonna do this, and she's like, really? Well, when did this happen? It's like, well, your husband's putting it together, and she's like, she knew nothing about it
Yeah.
because I would never tell her.
Yeah.
And that would bother her so much. She goes, man, everybody knows about this going on except me. I'm your
Mhm.
wife, and you don't tell me anything. It's like, well, I didn't think you want to hear it. When I get home, I'm like, you know, and
Yeah.
that would really bother her that everything's going on and she don't know anything
Yeah.
about it.
Well, she
So-
probably wanted to also be a part of it though.
Yeah,
too.
you know, and that's what it was. So I had to learn that, you know what, before I even kick off a project, I'm going to tell her,
Yeah.
hey, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm thinking, you know, and
Mhm.
help me here, help me there. And she loved it. When I finally learned, okay, this is
Including
big
her.
to her. This is important to her. So she's the first one I have to talk to before I talk to anybody else. And I made it a
Mhm.
point, and it helped our marriage tremendously.
Oh, I bet it
understand?
did. And that inclusion in just anything, even if it's something that she really won't even say anything about. I mean, I bet that's just amazing to women. They love that crap.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you know, vice versa. I had my things that I talked to her about, and she was like, good. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's important, and that would it really bring down the infidelity part of it because you're
Absolutely.
expressing love to her. You know what I'm saying? Giving her the love language,
Mhm.
and she's respecting you. And man, that right there will really, really turn things around. Really
Yeah,
was. Really
that
was.
marriage
But
grew.
just in case you forgot, my name is Miguel Perez. This is my boy.
Kelton.
All right. Thank you, Frank, for airplay. We didn't get too much input, but on the second session, we probably will.
Yeah, because we're definitely got a lot more. to
Yeah,
talk
we got
about on this.
there's a lot of stuff here on this.
That's
like that.
fine. I enjoyed this session. I really didn't have anything to add. You guys got this and covered well.
All right. Well, God bless you, people. Subscribe, leave your comment, and if you want to get a hold of us, let us know. God bless you.
All
Absolutely.
right, Godspeed.